One of the most beautiful gifts that we have are relationships with different people. But there's also something that is very viral of late, and that is social media. And by the end of this episode, we should be able to know the impact of social media on our relationships. Relationships are into two types. We have the interpersonal relationships and the intrapersonal relationship. Now, the intrapersonal relationship is the most important relationship on earth, because that's the relationship you have with yourself. You get that? And now the interpersonal relationship is the relationship you have with other people. Now this can further be broken down into family, friends, workmates, colleagues, or your life partner, your marital partner, or your boyfriend, as you call it, So now, with that being said, I want you to first hit the subscribe button, because we're yet to go deeper with this whole topic. The thing about social media is that it is very good. That is if you handle it well. But it can also be very bad if you don't know how to use it, because we've seen people being admitted, people being bullied, and people losing their partners, people losing their jobs because of social media. It can expose you in ways that you didn't imagine. But on the greater side, it can keep you moving. It can bring new opportunities. It can connect you to new places. It takes you places that you've never been to, and so on. So now, when it comes to relationships, we need to strike a balance on what to put and what not to put. Like I explained earlier, personally, I respect my intrapersonal relationship. That's the relationship I have with myself. I actually allow myself to be me outside social media, because I kind of feel like if I put a lot of myself out there, everybody will have an opinion about me, and some of those opinions may not be appealing to me. Some of them may be trying to put me down, because as much as negativity is good for growth, too much of it can be backsliding, you get. So personally, I'd rather live my personal deep life out of social media, but then let the other things be out there, because by the time I put something out there, I am basically saying I am welcoming your opinion. Please, do you have anything else to say? And blah, blah, blah. But outside my intrapersonal relationship, when it comes to the interpersonal relationship, I feel like I said, that can be in form of work, in form of family, your relationship as in love relationship. I feel when it comes to all those, when it comes to work, it is okay, because at the end of the day, one of the beauty of having your work relationship out there is you get clients. Like my work, I have another gig, Wide Spectrum. We get so many clients offline. We get so many endorsements. We get so many connections by putting our products online, and we get so many orders online. And that's really good, because that's the whole point. The moment you put anything online on social media, it's like you're indirectly asking people to get involved. It's good for growth, because work, business, it's about growth. That's why we see people get endorsed here and there. And when it comes to your family, there's some families that are so private, they would rather have their lives to themselves. So it depends the kind of family you come from, because we've seen so many families from abroad that do reality shows, and to them, being out there, it's okay. Though sometimes I get, surprised when I see them comment, like, why are people on us? If you let your life be there, deal with it. But now, if your family is a private family, try to keep them away from that, because you're trying to protect them emotionally, on the other hand. And now, the most important interpersonal relationship, your love relationship. I feel this is the most tricky of them all, because to some people, they use it as a way of chasing out other, applications. To some ladies, when you're in love, you're like, oh, let me put my guy out there. Other people will not disturb me. And to some people, they're like, oh, let me just show off, because everyone is in love. It's the thing, you get. And some people will do it because they're idle, because sometimes you go on social media because you don't have anything to do. They'll end up tagging somebody engaged, married, kumbe they're not. Now here's the thing, unless you're ready to face the consequences, please do go ahead and do it. But if you're not ready, don't do it, because at the end of the day, this is what happens. Like I said, social media, the moment you put your thing out there, it is going to just come. It is going to just bring everybody into it. But if you don't want anyone to get involved, keep it to yourself, because this is what happens. Most of the things we see on social media are not real. Most of the things, yeah, I know it is shocking, but most of the things are not real. People are living lives that are different online than what is in real life. You get, people will wear clothes and make it look like, oh, they're ever that clean, oh, they're ever styled up, oh, they're ever looking like that. Kumbe, it's not the point. And something with love relationship, people will seem fine, and you start comparing with the other people. You get, you kind of feel like your relationship is not perfect, it's not working out. But the real truth is, they're just pretending. It's social media, it's about following, it's about creating a bigger audience and so on. That's why I say, when it comes to love relationship, it's gonna come back to you and your partner. If you want your things perfectly done, please keep it out of there. But if you don't mind anything, just go for it. But when you get it hard, just know you called for it, because at the end, that is what you're calling for. In my opinion, I would still insist that just as much as I said that all relationships are important, intrapersonal relationship is way more important. And like I shared my experience at the beginning of this video, I want to still emphasize that instead of putting your life out there, if you want to improve yourself, because one of the reasons why some people go online is to pick a few things here and there and better themselves. And that is good, because learning is, the beauty of life. Go ahead, pick that, but don't pick everything that you find. Pick some, drop some, and improve yourself with some. You get. So take off time for yourself, because the fact is social media is always available, so it takes up most of our times. So you will end up not growing as an individual. You will end up not getting personal time to reflect. You'll end up wanting to keep up with the trends all over. Like every time you want to know what's in, what's out. It's okay to get all this information, but if you don't get time to process it and be able to act upon it, it will be useless. So one way to improve your intrapersonal relationship, take time off social media. You get. Yes, go learn something and then get back on yourself, improve yourself on the side, and then better yourself. When it comes to other relationships, ask and find out if it's worth it. Weigh the pros and cons, because I can't tell you that don't do this or do this. I've just told you what works for me, because this show is about learning. Not everything I tell you is the standard. What works for me may not work for you, but it could if you try it. So for other relationships, please go ahead and process your businesses. Actually, it's way important. I would advise everybody to have a social media platform for their businesses, because it's worth it. When it comes to love relationships, weigh the pros and cons. You never know where your relationship may end up, because not all that glitters is gold. If you enjoyed this video or had something to learn from this video, kindly go ahead and share. Click the like button, subscribe, invite more of your friends to subscribe, and don't sit on this wonderful knowledge alone, because at the end of the day, it's all about progress, not perfection.